Building an AI agent is only half the battle. If that agent can't securely communicate with the software your business actually runs on, like Stripe, HubSpot, or Slack, it's essentially a high-powered calculator trapped in a sandbox. Getting out of that sandbox usually means losing weeks of engineering time to integration hell. You have to write, test, and maintain custom API connections for every single app your agent touches, and keep them updated every time an endpoint changes. This is a diagram of the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Instead of writing custom point-to-point API code, MCP provides an open-source standard, a universal translator that lets AI models plug into external data sources and tools instantly. But hosting and managing those protocol servers takes work, which is where Vinkius steps in. It acts as a managed gateway, giving you over 2,500 ready-to-deploy MCP servers without having to provision or maintain any of the underlying infrastructure. By routing your connections through a managed gateway, you skip the back-end maintenance. You can take an isolated AI script and give it the baseline ability to interact with your entire software stack in minutes. To move toward a production-ready agent, we have to look at the first requirement, the logic that allows it to coordinate complex actions without human intervention. Through the Vinkius interface, a developer can search for orchestration platforms like Zapier or the open-source engine N8 and deploy them to their agent with a single click. This flowchart shows what happens the moment that connection goes live. The agent can now autonomously trigger multi-step workflows. It can hit a payment verification node, confirm the data, and then branch out to generate an invoice and update the customer records simultaneously. For highly complex tasks, developers can connect frameworks like CrewAI or LangGraph. This expands the architecture, taking multiple distinct AI nodes and looping them together so they can pass the operational state of a task back and forth until the job is done. Because this runs through managed servers like Langsmith, you get built-in observability. You can watch the chain execution step by step, track token usage, and debug performance bottlenecks. Adding orchestration servers is what elevates an AI from a basic chat interface into a system capable of executing sequential business logic. But execution logic isn't enough if the agent lacks context. Out of the box, large language models forget user context and past actions the moment a session ends. We solve this by equipping the agent with managed vector databases and persistent memory servers that handle data storage outside the context window. If you connect a Mem0 server, it automatically extracts facts, user preferences, and context from ongoing conversations. The agent remembers who it's talking to and what happened last time, eliminating the need to constantly stuff your prompts with background information. When you need to scale up to massive datasets, you can connect tools like Pinecone or Qdrant. This diagram shows how unstructured enterprise data is transformed into tightly organized, color-coded clusters representing semantic vectors. The agent searches those vectors to query billions of embeddings, finding exact, grounded facts with sub-millisecond latency. Integrating these memory tools gives the agent continuous context. It stops being a stateless bot and becomes a knowledgeable entity capable of long-term collaboration. Of course, giving an autonomous program memory and execution power introduces a massive risk. How do you prevent an AI from exposing highly sensitive company data? Vinkius addresses this by surrounding the agent with a strict governance layer and a zero-trust architecture. This diagram illustrates how access control works. By deploying an Okta server, every incoming AI request hits a security checkpoint. The system enforces multi-factor authentication and strict role-based access before the gate opens to execute an action. At the same time, threat defense servers like CrowdStrike and Snyk are actively sweeping the outgoing request path. If the radar identifies a hazardous payload or a vulnerability in a dependency, it immediately isolates the endpoint and closes the gate. The gateway also continuously monitors these actions against compliance frameworks like SOC 2 and GDPR, using tools like Vanta to collect audit evidence automatically. This overlapping network of identity verification and threat detection ensures the agent operates within corporate boundaries, making it legally safe for enterprise deployment. When you step back, you can see the fully assembled agent. The layers of logic, context, and security stacking perfectly to form a unified, highly capable core. The Vinkius platform operates at a massive scale, offering over 2,500 different servers. You can pull in everything from Shopify tools to specialized database connectors without writing a single line of integration code. And because everything runs on the Model Context Protocol, this entire infrastructure is universally compatible with modern development environments like Claude Code and Cursor. Vinkius serves as the governed bridge between the vast capabilities of autonomous models and the rigid safety requirements of a modern business. You can stop building your coordination from scratch. Go to Vinkius.com to deploy these servers and start building your enterprise agents today.